Hello, my crafty friends. I'm so glad to be here with you today. Thanks so much for spending a little time with me. I'm Kathleen from Be Again Books, and I'm here with kind of a special video. This is a double flip through. I've never done one of those, but these are sister journals, and they are already spoken for, going to the same person. And so I just decided I would do the flip through together and document it for the channel. And maybe there are some things in here that will give you some ideas. Some of you might remember back in the summer I showed some papers. It was from a kind of a scrapbooking kit that a friend of mine gave me, that someone had given her, and kind of cleaning out their closet. And remember, I said I was gonna kind of smash that bunch of stuff because I didn't have room to store it. And so I have 5 journals that I have managed to get from those papers, and these 2 pretty green ones. I have 2 pink ones that are yet undecorated, and I have this pretty blue one that I will show as part of the vintage series coming up. So that was going to be my next video, but I kind of wanted to get these documented before we start that. These are definitely kind of Kathleen style. I would say, I would call them vintage journals. So this will just kind of be getting you ready for vintage style, because that's my style and I love it. So let me just quickly go through these and give you kind of a preview of the vintage style. I have a nest journal and this pretty swallow journal. And so let's do the nest first. So I have used this beautiful, really beautiful Reader's Digest book. I've had to rebuild the spine, and I've done it kind of this way. I do that now and then, and put some gold rub and buff against the edges, and then I've done this pretty collage here on the front. I've got a double button this time, and my usual beads to close it. So in the first page, there's this library pocket, kind of, with a library card stamped. And this is kind of typical for what this style of paper was, and is in all of the colors. Some washi tape, a vintage envelope, the date 1947. That flips out, and I have a little prescription in that envelope. This is the belly band, and I just have a little decorated index card and vintage note paper. This is one of those over-the-page flips with ephemera in it. So let me take that out first. This is just an old topographical map, and I've just done that fancy fold. And on this side, I have this little poem about the thrush and some stamping and intentional water damage, and that slides in there. And here on the other side, I just have this little journal paper, and that also just slides in there. Here is a recycled envelope. I have this little tag that fits in there. This is a flip out with a little tuck here and journaling space. A ribbon here. So these papers all have this same kind of whitish cream color. And so this is, even though it's stuffed and decorated, it feels a little cleaner to me than my usual journals. This is just some note paper, and I did a little watercolor wash to kind of match this. I do have some stenciling and this kind of die cut motif that goes throughout all of the journals. This is some really beautiful paper in that stack. A little tiny Tim Holtz paper clip, and you can see this has some gloss on it, which is kind of pretty. So this could be journaled or photos. This is a little wraparound with just an index card there, and that just kind of goes around the page and then clips there. Some vintage book page. This is a book page illustration, a pocket, and this is just, it was with the maps, and it's someone's hand-drawn map. Somebody just drew a little map, and there's room on the back, lots of room there for additional notes. I just thought that was kind of cute, and that goes back in that pocket. And then here's the other side of these elements, the window pocket here, and a flower journaling card. It's pretty textured paper. It's just a little fold-up pocket, and this is just a little kind of, you can journal on all of this. Some of it could be hidden, and I just have this here in this pocket, and that just kind of overlays. And on this side is another over the page kind of fold over, these pretty birds and room for journaling there. And I just have one of these little clips. More pretty papers, vintage ledger there. Here is this pretty fabric ruffle. This is a double pocket with just some little pieces of vintage ephemera. So I have this little tag pocket on, so there's a pocket in the back, music paper, and this a smaller pocket there, and a die cut. Some stamping here and there, and some ribbon. This is a beautiful lace pocket here on this page with the label, and this little, this was, remember when I did the video about sweeping up? Yeah. So I have included those in here. Vintage note paper, and just this pretty collage. So this just kind of focuses on those pretty papers. This is just a book fly leaf. I just put a little button there that fits in this pocket. I just thought the papers were so lovely. I didn't want to not use them. Another little collage and another little vintage note paper. Little flip out. Here's a pocket. label. So this is, you can see how this is just a piece of paper, one of those strips, and I've made this little pocket flip. This flips out. That stamp again. A pretty lace. This is why I've used so many die cuts, just to kind of mimic this design in the paper. This is just a regular patch pocket, but then I've taken this little envelope and made this little flip here. And it's room for this little note card. The pocket on the back. 1950 something. Here's just a magazine page and another one of those little poems about the linnet, the bird. And this has another little die cut here, little pocket, and just a little button card and an old bus ticket. This is an old postcard that I have sanded and embossed. This is some really beautiful Asian print, just some vintage wrapping paper, and it just folds out for all of this journaling space. And then I've put this little pocket here on the front and an embossed paint chip. And again, that just folds around here and pins on. I just really am loving doing these little wraparound papers. Yeah. Here is this nice big double pocket here on this center of the signature. And one of those dustpan tags again. Some lace. Here is just a little tuck on the side and some journal paper and a flip out envelope with another one of those dustpan ephemera pieces. And this is another, oh, I see what I've done. See, I forget. So this is the envelope, and it folds around here, and this is, yeah, so this is a Z fold. Folds all the way out for all of this journaling space, and then there's a pocket here. So this folds back, and then this locks it all together. That's fun. Altered photo postcard of the three brothers in Yosemite, and just a little flyleaf paper there. That flips out. This flips out. And here's a pocket with a journal card. Here is a wraparound map pocket. And a little tuck on this side, and the other dustpan, the guest check, but there's a little tuck there and then the pocket in the back. And that's the end of this one, the little nest journal. Okay, let's come now to this one. Again, the same beautiful vintage Reader's Digest. And this time I've just wrapped some lace around that edge before I've created this spine. And again, this beautiful collage with the same kind of die-cut motif. This one, instead of green and blue, is green and brown. There is a pretty embossed card there. This is an image from the Graphics Fairy that I've used here. And I'm now doing brown kinds of embellishments. This is some vintage hotel stationery. This is from a Paris hotel. And this is Strasbourg, I think. Is that in Germany? I'm thinking that that's in Germany. There's a little fleur-de-lis on that journal card. Another fabric ruffle. This is just a little short, and we have some handmade paper here. And I just have made a little pocket with this frame and embellished that. This has a piece of my beautiful embossed vintage stationery. I only have just a couple pieces of that left. Here's a postcard, and here's my little K card. This is a double belly band, just with some little, this is an embossed photo of a blue jay. A double pocket here with a little button card. And this is another hotel stationery. Here's another belly band. And postcard Niagara Falls. And this is, this is the Farmer's Almanac for 1963. Here's the center of the signature. Just some note paper. You can see what I said about it being a little cleaner than I usually do. This was pretty, just some vintage stickers, and I just kind of scuffed it up a little bit to kind of make it into that beautiful collage. That lace. This is another book page pocket, and a record of contacts, just some kind of a contact, emergency contact card. There's that pretty cut work embroidered stationery. It's pretty. This is also embossed and sanded with a little bit of distress ink. And this was just, I just thought she was pretty. And so I've just included some interesting ephemera. Just done this little torn paper edge here. And on the back is this beautiful lace pocket. This is some handmade paper. And, oh, this is a double. This is a double. So this is glued down as well as this. So it's kind of a double pocket. And I do that occasionally because I like the way when you put other ephemera in, then it looks like a stack of papers, kind of a collage. Yeah, kind of like that. These label tabs here. And here's a little peekaboo pocket with an vintage index card, and I've just glued down some of the S&H green stamps. Some coffee dyed paper. This is another wraparound element. And this is something kind of funny. So this is some trash, some packaging of some kind that was this pretty brown paper, and I needed brown, and so I have folded up the bottom to create this pocket, and then done a bow, and then I just had this hooked over here. So if you don't want that sticking up on the top, then it could just be pinned in. But I just kind of thought it was cute to have it poking up the top. Here is a little fold-up pocket on this book page, and I have just a little tag, and this is a vintage sales card for Lydia Pinkham's vegetable compound. And this is an altered paperclip that I got in a swap. So that fits perfectly in here. Here's another altered envelope. And I just have one of those Dollar Tree embellishments. And this is a napkin decoupage and a little bit of rub-on. More napkin decoupage. Here is the last of my paper ruffle, and I just have made a journal card to slip behind there for that belly band. I think this turned out really cute. I'm going to do this, I think, more often. Make kind of one of those collage strips out of the paint chip, and I sanded the back so it can be journaled on, and just put some of the decorative paper in that tag. Here's another little vintage looking tag. This is a peekaboo pocket. So tag just slides in there and peeks out there. I didn't stuff all of the pockets because you can see that it's gotten really chunky, and I wanted to leave some room. There's a pocket, another little journaling card. And here's the last pocket with a napkin decoupage here on this guest check. And that handmade paper finishes it off. So that's the second journal. So I would say that these are twin sisters, but not identical. Thanks for being with me today. I hope that gave you some ideas for journals of your own. And I will now be back with the next video, which is on the vintage style. We'll see you again with that project.